All right, I have Ashton Caniglia on the show now, who fights next on April the 9th in the co-main event of Shamrock FC 337 when he meets Dustin Lampros. Ashton, how are you?
Doing great. Just, cutting weight and preparing for this fight.
What is that weight cut for you like? This fight's going to be at 135. How big do you normally get?
I normally walk around 150, 155. So I gradually cut. So my diet, I constantly keep a good diet, whether I'm preparing for a fight or not. But my diet changes. I'll cut out sugar, red meat. Um, then I'll just stick with veggies, chicken. I try and cut out pork. And as much as fruit as I can cut out. So the last 5, 6 pounds is probably just all water.
Okay.
I hold probably about 20 pounds of water.
So bantamweight, that seems like that's your weight class moving forward. Have you ever considered maybe going up or down even more, or is that 135 exactly where you need to be?
Last time I cut to 25, my body kind of shut down. I couldn't eat for a week, but I'm starting. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and get down. We'll see how this weight cut down to 135 goes. I'm only about 5 pounds, five. Uh, Everybody asks me, will you go down to 125? And I should, because, well, I'm short. I'm only about 5'5". But last time I did it, I didn't have enough fat nor enough water weight to cut.
So obviously, you're at the gym right now, Jackson Wink, one of the best gyms on planet Earth. Tell me how this camp has been thus far.
Camp has been pretty well. I started camp back at home in Omaha, Nebraska before I came out here. I just got here on March 1st. So majority of my camp was in Nebraska. Then I came here on March 1st. Then let's see, I'm working on my 6th week here. So camp has been pretty well for me here. The training's different. The high altitude has been really well. Going up to the mountains, hitting pads, sprinting up hills up there, hiking. The swimming up here is different. My cardio level is much higher than it was when I was in Nebraska. Uh, there's no distractions here. It's just me and a gym. So I'm pretty much training all the time. It's either I'm training or I'm resting in my dorm. So no family, no friends, no distractions at all. So I'm probably much of a high caliber fighter than I was when I was in Nebraska.
Well, that's great to hear, especially for this fight against Dustin, who's 6-0. Now, as far as training partners go, anyone that I might know, or is it a lot of fighters that maybe are more regional there in that area? Are you fighting with some guys or training with some guys in the UFC?
There's a couple guys here. I can't think of their names. We got a couple Bellator guys. We got Ozzy Angerfist. She's here. She's fighting Cyborg soon. Of course, we got Holly Holm here. We got a bunch of upcomer pro debuters, but other than that, I'm fairly new here still. I don't really remember everybody's names.
Okay, understood. Very, very. No, I was looking at your record on Tapology. You had a very extensive amateur career, a ton of fights. Is there a reason behind that you wanted to have such an extensive amateur career?
Not that I wanted to. It's that my ex didn't want me to take it to the next level. She didn't want me, yeah. She didn't think I needed to take it seriously. So at first I was doing it for fun. Then I kind of gave it up because her. Then I missed it. So I started it again. Then she told me that it was either the career or her. Then I gave it up a couple more times because her. Then finally, you know, I fell in love with the sport. It started becoming a dream of mine to make it. So I kind of just left her and started taking my career serious. I went pro about 3 years ago, and yeah, that's the main reason why it took me so long to go pro.
So you're 5-3 now as a pro. Well, are you happy with where you're at, or are you kind of disappointed with those losses that you suffered?
Happy, but at the same time, um, I'm disappointed in those losses. I could have did better. Um, I know they're learning experiences. My first loss was a pro debut. I kind of got in my head on that one. Then my second loss was up in Florida. That I had a really, really bad weight cut. I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. Um, I got caught. I got caught in a guillotine. Both my losses, my first two losses, were guillotines. So I've been working on defending that. Then my third loss was a pro title fight. That one I was really disappointed for. That one I was really ready for. Against a rounded opponent, Tony Ortega. He trains out of Colorado at 10th Planet Fitness. I don't know where he does his stand up, but I went in there feeling really good. So I was very disappointed about that loss. But overall, I'm happy where I'm still at. I'm not in a big hole.
Well, this win over Dustin Lampros would be huge for you. He's 6-0. He trains out of Sanford MMA. Let's talk about this fight a little bit. When you look at him and the skill set that he brings to the table, what kind of a fight are you expecting?
I've watched Dustin. I've watched his videos. I watched his tough 26 loss. Um, his 6 pro fights. Um, he's probably in the same boat as me. He hasn't really fought anybody. The guys he's fought were, I don't know, 5, 6, and 17, or 0-0, or 0-2, records like that. The only really tough guy he fought was in his tough 26 matchup. He's an aggressive fighter, very good kickboxing, very strong kicks. His kicking is better than his boxing. He likes to come forward, so comes forward a lot and rushes you a lot. So I'm looking to counter off that, him rushing, him being too aggressive. I'm aggressive, but I'm more calm aggressive.
Mhm.
I can compose myself, and I've learned to be patient and not get overwhelmed and go for the kill. I like to damage my opponent and work it in, then get the finish. He likes to go straight for the kill.
So this fight, it will be your first time fighting in Missouri, Shamrock FC 337, April the 9th. Who's going to be with you in your corner come fight night? And when do you leave?
I leave next week on Thursday. The the about 4:50 p.m. I'll get in St. Louis about 11:30 midnight. Um, I'm using my guys at Mid America Mixed Martial Arts. I had a corner here from Jackson, but something fell off. He forgot that he had prior commitment to a Muay Thai tournament, I think. So, which is fine. Um, I'm on a good win streak with my guys back home. So I'm getting the experience I need here, the different techniques. Uh, um, I don't think it's going to be a too big of difference, and if I use my corners back home.
Okay. So give me your official prediction here. How do you ultimately see this fight playing out? How do you get your hand raised?
Um, well, obviously I'm coming in Dustin's hometown, so you know that plays a different role in every fight. Going against a hometown fighter, the judges look at it differently. So I'm thinking there has to be a finish. I have to finish. I have to finish Lampros. It's not going to be in the first. It could be in the late second, or it could be in the third. Um, Definitely, if it goes all three, it could definitely be a split. Um, I don't see the judges giving me a unanimous decision, me not being the hometown fighter.
Yeah, I love that mindset. I think that's the right one to have going into this fight too. It's going to be an exciting one, man. Again, Shamrock FC 337, April the 9th. Ashton Caniglia, Dustin Lampros, co-main event. I definitely won't be missing it. Great talking to you for the first time. Before I do let you go, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media if you have some, and if you have anyone to thank, any sponsors, the floor is yours.
Yeah, you can follow my Instagram at no chance 92. Um, Facebook, Ashton No Chance Caniglia. Um, uh, I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors: Twin J Transportation, uh, Caniglia Painting, Kangen Water of Omaha. I want to give a shout out to Hydro Bar Kangen out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They've been helping me out with all my water needs since I've been away from home. Shout out to my management team, Disorderly EX Management. Uh, Train the Dynasty Combat Sports owners. They've been managing me, so they've been good to me. Give a shout out to my friends and family, fans for always supporting me and getting me out here in Albuquerque to train at one of the best gyms in the world. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.